Hello, welcome back to my channel, Anne's Amazing Adventures. Well, today I'm doing my video for cancer awareness, and today's color is orange for colon cancer. So of course I'm going to be using my Spotlight palette, and I will be using the Ethereal palette from Gormline Girls as well. All right, I'm just going to go in with this nice chocolatey chocolate. Should I go dark? That dark, maybe. I'm just going to go in with a transition shade for now. I'm going to use brown today. So I want my crease to be dark. And I do know a little bit about colon cancer. I know quite a bit about it, actually. They took 6 inches of my large intestine out, and now I have to wear a netting inside my stomach to hold my intestines so I don't have a hernia. Yeah, that's kind of what happened to me when I got diagnosed with it. So that was pleasant. Not really. It was difficult to deal with because back then I dealt with things all by myself. I did have a roommate, but he had his own thing that he was trying to deal with, so I didn't bother him with my problems. The only thing I did was when I went in for my surgery, and he was at home looking after the dogs, of course. But I got home early. And for some reason, he was quite upset about it. And don't ask me why. I still don't know to this day. And he's passed away since then. He ended up getting the flu and dying, which is awful. Now, I forget which flu it was back then that we had. And the guy that drove him in was his boss. And he told him he was taking him to emergency, and then, well, the cops pulled him over because of whose truck it was. So, and it was his boss that was taking him in, and the cops made them sit there and wait for the ambulance to come, and Brian didn't make it to the hospital. So, yeah, that was very sad. He was just getting his life together, and he had a good lady, and his lady is still a really good friend of mine. She always was a good friend of mine. She got kind of mad at me one time. I'm not sure why. I think it was jealousy because Brian and I got along so well, but I'm not sure. I think that's all it was. And yeah, Brian and I were roommates. I was like his mother. In fact, his mother called me his angel because the kid was screwed right up, and I helped get him off the drugs, and then he dies of the flu of all things, hey? Look, isn't that pretty? Didn't that turn out pretty? But yes, so I had got home from the hospital early. Maybe he was having company or something and wanted the place to himself. I don't know. He left anyways that night. Didn't come home, which it was okay with me. I didn't expect him to be my nurse, for heaven's sakes. I had a couch in the living room, and I set it up, and that's where I laid till I could walk around again normally. Well, as normal as I could be. I'm sorry, I'm just so warm today. And yesterday all I was doing is freezing. And today all I'm doing is sweating. All my makeup will be off before I even get finished. And I did take my pills and everything, so that's not it. I'm just going to pause you and go put a lighter shirt on. I shall be right back. Okay, I'm back. Changed my shirt for a lighter shirt, and then of course I had changed my earrings, so I couldn't wear blue earrings, those bright green or earrings with my orange shirt, so I put my butterflies on. I love butterflies. I've got a tattoo of a butterfly, and anything else usually that I can find butterfly I've got. Actually, I've got a diamond painting that I want to get done, and it's of a butterfly dream catcher. I think it's going to be gorgeous. I'm just going to go in with this nice metallic orange again, because I got it all over my face, and at least I cleaned that up before I came back on the camera. So there you go, there's that look. I quite like it. I didn't realize that orange was colon cancer, but I'm glad I know it now. Because I use orange, I wear orange for all the Indigenous children that are buried in the graves, or all through Canada here. And I don't know, I imagine you had the same problem up there or down there. I don't know, but all the residential schools up here that they shipped us all to, they didn't ship me to that one. I ended up in a foster home. But some of my relatives were in one. And yeah, it's not a pleasant stories. Well, here I thought this pretty white in this pier in the ethereal palette was orange, but it turns green. Oh my goodness. Oh well, we'll work with it. We'll deal with it. It's okay. I knew that too. Well, we'll just make it look a little gold is what we're doing. Mix the brown and stuff into it. There you go. I quite like that look. I just have to put some cover up on today because of the mess I made with my eyes before. I need to shave my face. I haven't done it for a week. You could tell. You guys could probably see all my hairy little whiskers. I love these Wet n Wild brushes, by the way, that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm just loving them. For such like $1. They charged $1, not $1.25 for the brushes. So next time I go to Dollar Tree, I'll be buying a bunch more of them. I better not spend any money, for heaven's sakes. I've got a motorhome that needs a lot of fixing. But if that guy, his name is Kelly, so if you hear me talking about Kelly, that's the RV mechanic. He was going to order batteries in. He was going to glue the windshield in. Isn't that something? Glue it in. I just about crapped my pants when he told me he would glue that back in, because he said they have a habit of falling out when the wind comes up. It could have landed on my lap. Those guys, I didn't realize it until I took it over for the mechanic to look at the bus, that there was a leak, or had been a leak. He told me about it when I went to pick it up. And I said, "You're kidding me." He said, "No, you better get it fixed right away." And of course, because my electronic panel is right there where it was leaking. So I looked and there was Scotch tape going all the way across the front of the windshield, and I never even noticed it, and I drove it home. But mind you, I was scared driving home with that thing. I'd never driven anything that big before. I've driven lots of vehicles, but never quite that big. It was fun. I enjoyed it, but yeah, when he told me, when my RV mechanic told me that that's a common thing for those buses like that, that they get their windshields get loose and then they will blow right in on the driver or the passengers. Well, it's one great big windshield. So he was fixing that. So it's a special kind of glue, I guess, that they gotta put on it. It's the kind of glue that they use for doing windshields when they're changing out windshields. The windshield's beautiful, like there's not a crack in it. But he said there was a space up in there. I thought, oh my God, I can't believe that people do that to you. Like, and that guy that sold me this motorhome, he knew I was using everything I had to get that thing because I couldn't afford to live in a house anymore. I think those 4 people were the shadiest people I have ever met. And I really, no sense in me not fixing it and just sitting. Like when you guys go and buy a home, you don't do all the renovations and everything right off the bat. Like it all takes time. And that's what it's going to take, is a little bit of time. But I will get it. I usually, when I put my mind to something, I get her done. It's not the easiest for me anymore, though. That's the whole thing. That's why I wanted something I really didn't have to work on. But I'll work on it. I don't have a choice in the matter. So as soon as he gets all he can do, he's on it, then I'll get him to bring it over here, park it in the yard, and I will do the stuff I have to do on it. And then I'll probably take it back over to him and get him to just check everything over that I did to it, just to make sure. Because I'll be installing a hot water tank. Not hot water tank. Yeah, a hot water tank. But I'm going to go with the waterless tank. Put it in there. Then I don't have to worry about if it gets really cold at night or something, it's not going to freeze up. It shouldn't anyways when I'm living in it, but I mean, well, it's, you just never know what I'm getting into, like, but I can't believe that they took me so badly. Like, oh God. Like, yeah, I jewed him. No wonder he's accepted because I jewed him down 3,000. No wonder he jumped at the chance right away. Because he had to get it off his hands. So why not sell it to an old lady that travels alone and she doesn't know any better? We'll just take advantage of her. That's what I feel like has been done to me. I mean, it's not. That is not what was done to me, but that's what I feel like. Like, I guess I could say, yes, that is what they did to me, but, I don't know. And then, then they, oh yeah, buy this dolly. That's exactly what you need to tow your truck behind, and then you won't have to sell your truck and all this nonsense. Well, yeah, right. Oh, I give up. Everything's fallen. So I guess it's falling today. I am just going to put my eyelash primer on. To hurry up. This is probably getting to be a book by now. But I'm still excited about getting in the motorhome and going. But I really have to sell some stuff, and selling my truck is the first thing. Then I could at least throw that money in the bank. Like I told Rose, I could buy a little scooter to haul around on my motorhome. You know, because I've driven or ridden huge big bikes, so I'm pretty sure I can manage a little scooter. So if I have to, I'm going to travel part of the way across across Canada with my sister. I think I told you that when she comes out for her mother's funeral, or spreading the ashes, or whatever they're doing with her. I don't know. I just know it's that week that she's coming out here. I thought her roommate was coming with her, but I guess not. Catherine used to like going on road trips. She must have changed since she moved over there. Doesn't travel much. Mind you, she doesn't work much anymore. I don't think she works at all anymore. I think she's retired. She used to live in the Yukon. She was a professor at the university up there in Canada. The Yukon is one of our northern provinces. I went up there to work a couple of years, 3 years, I guess. I went up every fall. It was a good time. That's when we rode horses for 7 days. And back when I could do things. My shakes are getting worse and worse every day. So I know the doctor that took all my blood samples. She was checking me for Parkinson's. I know that's what she's checking me for. She didn't come right out and say it, but yes, because it's quite noticeable. Oh, I'm going in with orange today. And then I'm going to put this real pretty glitter on. I see Nat, my friend Nat. She's making her own lipsticks and lip glosses. I'll get her website and put it down for you. She makes gorgeous red lipsticks. And there is my final look. I'm sorry it took so long. But yeah, that's the final look. I quite like it, actually. I even don't mind the orange lipstick today. All right. I hope everyone's having a blessed weekend. God's with you all the way. And ciao for now.